Hi everyone, this is Bronislava for HandMadeRukodelky. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I will be talking about this book. I have been very busy with family matters lately and not making any videos. However, I've been crocheting and I've been knitting, but not as fast or not as often as I would really love to. And so that's why you really haven't seen any videos. But let me talk about this book. Actually, I bought several books, and these two books are part of my, my book collection. And I decided that I will review or show you what I bought. Most of my books are bought used. I like to recycle. And so this book also is being recycled by purchasing it used from a website that sells used books. The author of this book is Betty Barnden. Okay, the title is Crochet Stitch Bible, and it has about 200 stitch patterns. The book tells you how to use it, then it tells you the accessories to buy, also teaches you how to do the beginning basic stitches. Okay, you can see that in here, basic techniques, and then it gets into chapters. Okay, now these chapters are, and let me show you. There are basic stitches that you can go and use when you are starting. Textured stitches, fans and shells, mesh and fillet stitches, open work, and lace stitches, which actually is combination of fans and shells and mesh and fillet stitches to somewhat degree. And then you have trims and edgings, clusters, puffs and bubbles. To me it's a stitch, and it doesn't matter if it's a clustered puff or bubble, which I should be a little bit more specific, right? And then there are spike stitches, relief stitches, tunation stitches, multicolor patterns, squares, shapes and motifs, special stitches, and then the abbreviation, symbols, glossary, index, and credits. All right, so now let me show you the stitch collection, okay, which is all these sections. Okay, and I also wanted to show you that what they did is that they kind of made stitch selector here, which can be a little helpful here in front if you're looking for particular, just quick look. Okay, and then they work in those sections. They first tell you what it's about, okay, then they show you images of how the stitch looks like. There is a graph and how to make that particular row or 2 rows or 3 rows. Okay, and on the side it has a stitch key. Okay, so I like that. So here you see all different kinds of patterns, stitch patterns, then textured stitches, right? Again, the same thing, that they will describe what they are, and again, picture, graph, description, stitch key. And it just goes on and on. Okay, so number 3 is another section, fans and shells, that you can go and use. It just basically tells you how to do these stitches. And then you have and these are mesh and fillet stitches, so they're like really open. Okay, very open. Actually, you see this arch mesh, when I will be making a video. I'm not really finished yet videotaping all this, but this is going to be my circular vest, and I'm using, as you see over here, I'm using that arch mesh stitch. I didn't even know what it's called when I opened up this book, but I made it. I made the arch mesh part of it, you know, actually. Here you have open work and lacy stitches. Okay, this one is a combination of the those mesh stitches and fan stitches, you see. Okay, here you have trimmings and edgings. Okay, so you can use this for your blankies or you know, around the little dresses, little girl dresses. Now you also have patterns with clusters, puffs and bobbles, which I always mess up when I'm talking about those in my videos when I'm crocheting. Need to educate myself, right? Yeah, we need to read lots of books. Buy those books, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, now these are spike stitches, so they're either like a crisscross, or sometimes also I believe that you can go like a below the stitch. Let me go and see. I don't really see any ones that go below. Here, these probably go below. Okay, you go all the way down below to next row. Now relief stitches, again, description, stitch key, image, graph, description. As I'm making this vest, I've been using my relief stitches over here as well. Okay, you can see what they are. 2 Nation stitches. You know, I tried 2 Nation stitches, but I'm not really as crazy about those. I feel like there is not enough to do different patterns, make it a little bit more interesting. Now these multicolor patterns are not only striped, and this is my multicolor pattern, but they can be also made into more interesting shapes. Okay, and then the basically squares that those are granny squares, right? Granny squares, and then you have also different shapes. Okay, here we have those shapes I just mentioned. Shapes, all different kinds, flowers, hexagons, rectangles, triangles, more flowers, spirals. Okay, and then you have special stitches. Never done that. Oh, I actually did boucle loops. I've done boucle loops before, so it teaches you how to do it. I've never done anything like this. Or I've never done anything like this. Okay, oh, beads. I have done beads. I've done beads. I bet some of you have done beads too. Okay, and that looks like that's it. Here you have abbreviations and symbols. Okay, glossary and index. All right, so hopefully this video will help you to make a decision if you want to buy this book or not. And I thank every one of you for watching my videos, and of course sharing them with your friends, sharing them on social media. And you will see me another time.